Hey, everybody, Joel and Jeremy here. It is the games of the month. It is August as we hit the end of the summertime, the beginning of fall. Kind of is another one of those transition months where we got baseball playoffs going on, and mid-August you got fall high school sports that are already practicing.
Joel, it's kind of weird. You're a big high school football guy. I'm a big town ball guy. So this is kind of an exciting month for both of us, right? It's wrapping up the end of another town ball season as we move into Labor Day weekend, which Labor Day is September 1st this year. So, a month from now, we're going to be pretty much done with everything. And then for you, kind of the new beginning, right? There's a new group of seniors every year. That's the one thing that we always know. Kids with an opportunity to do it on the gridiron, on the volleyball court, having a high schooler this year. It's an exciting time of year, but it's also a little bit depressing, Joel, because we're sitting here and the next time you and I do this, it's kind of going to be considered fall, right? And we never want to wish away our summers here in Minnesota.
That is certainly true, and we'll start off talking on the amateur baseball side of things because folks can you go to our website. I usually say this at the end. I'll say it now. Go to our website, kduz.com, carpradio.com, kglb1310.com. We'll have the schedules there for you. We can't say the schedule because we don't. I mean, it's a tournament. We don't know. But we do know that there's going to be a lot of local teams fighting to get, well, here to Hutchinson, to Glencoe, to Brownton, to from all over the state. State tournament is right here this next month.
I think that's a great place to start. And I know you work closely with the folks, at the Hutch Huskies. And, I've done some interviews with folks from the Brownton Bruins, from the Glencoe Brewers, the Gaylord Islanders obviously are excited. And, state tournament in town team is always fun no matter what, right? You and I get an opportunity to travel really all over the region, all over the state to cover games. But it's a little more exciting, right, when it's in our backyard, when it hits home. And, those four organizations that I just listed, Joel, have put in a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of volunteerism, and they're going to be doing a lot more of it over the course of the next month to really host, what Town Ball has kind of coined the greatest show on dirt. And it's going to be exciting. It's fun to kind of have all of those teams basically land here in our McLeod County and even Sibley County with Gaylord in our part of the land and kind of see all of the great ballparks and how we do it around here. As you know, it's a special time of the year for me. I love town ball. And, it's also nice, as you know too, Joel, to have a little shorter drive when you got to go cover some of those games. So it's fun, but, you and I both know a lot of people on the committees that have put this together. It's an exciting time. This is a reward. When you're given this opportunity, it's 3 or 4 years away. And here we are, Joel, from you and I sitting here at the beginning of August. They're 2 weeks away. So that time goes fast. There's been a lot of stuff going in, and now they get to reap the rewards and show off their wonderful ballparks.
Yeah, speaking of volunteerism, folks can see me at the Hutch ballpark. I'll be there almost exclusively. And you, I mean, I'm sure you'll get around to all four of these because all four of the ballparks, 3 of them at least have a chance to have a home team playing in them here coming up in August.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And that's something that, the state board has made a consistent effort to do. I know the Glencoe Brewers have already been told, if they qualify for the state tournament and they don't have one of those, however it sets up, they're going to be playing that opening Friday night. Same with the Brownton Bruins. Same with the Hutch Huskies. Even with the Gaylord Islanders, if they can go on a little run through region play. So how great is that? It's hard enough, Joel, to work and run a state tournament. And then when you throw on getting an opportunity to play in it, it's pretty special. So there's going to be opportunities. And, all the 3 main communities that we've talked about in our area between Hutchinson, Brownton, and Glencoe are probably all, I don't want to say favorites to get there, but would be pretty disappointed if they didn't qualify for the state tournament. So that's pretty exciting. It shows you, one, the importance of having good organizations and having these great ballparks, but 2, it tells you about the people who are on the field and making it happen throughout the summer.
Well, let's slide over just for a few minutes now because high school football does start. Before you and I chat again, it will be week 1, August 28th, 29th. Some schools play on the 28th. Some schools play on the 29th. For our area, both Hutchinson and Glencoe Silver Lakes games, they don't open against each other anymore. That was that is done. But I know for Hutch, absolutely brutal start. And this is a phrase that I haven't been able to say in my lifetime. I'm going to say your lifetime too, Jeremy. 0-4 for Hutch is not out of the question to start this season. It's Princeton, Becker, Ricori, Marshall, weeks 1 through 4. That's a pretty darn good Class 4A schedule right there.
Yeah, I bet Coach Rosberg is probably sending a thank you to those to the Coaches Association that put together that schedule. But I think that it's just to go back, it's an exciting time for a new group of seniors, for a new group of upperclassmen, people who have maybe last year as freshmen and sophomores didn't get that opportunity. Now as sophomores, juniors, and even seniors getting a chance to step on the field and make their own mark. And, the great thing is, Joel, is the games are played on the field. They're not played by you and I discussing who we think might win. So there's going to be opportunities. And, really with the Hutch Tigers, I always go back to, their tradition. We know that they've got, last year was a tough year, right? That was more of an anomaly than any kind of thing that we've seen in the past, especially coming off the previous year in a prep bowl. So I think that what you have to look at is, you take it one game at a time. It's a new season, and ultimately you're building for, week 6, week 7, week 8, even in our KGLB area with the GSL Panthers, now a third-year head coach in Gary Kosek. You've got a Central Raiders football team that's coming off a state appearance. How about a Mare Lutheran team that's just 3 years removed from a prep bowl title? So it's really fun. It's an opportunity. And all of those 4 teams that we've just mentioned, Joel, have had that ebb and flow over the course of the last 3 or 4 years. But it's a chance to kind of try and get back to those winning ways. Some of those teams that I mentioned are going to be a little bit better than what they were last year. Some teams might take just a little bit of a step back, but at the same time, knowing kids, knowing some of the families from some of those teams, there's going to be a lot of talent there too. And ultimately what you're striving to do is just get better, be playing your best football, kind of an old cliche that we say in baseball too, right? But by October 1st, when you get to games 6, 7, and 8, let's be playing our best. Let's gear up and let's be ready to make a run.
Those games and more, whether the ball is round or oblong, we got them for you. KDUZ, KARP, and KGLB.